Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and I'm here with some pretty crazy, unexpected, and shocking breaking news. So basically, out of nowhere, LEGO just announced that they are working on some brand new theatrical movies. They've listed some of the directors they're working with, but most importantly, they not only announced we're going to be getting a live-action Ninjago movie. I have no idea what that entails. And they're bringing back the original writers of Ninjago, the Hageman brothers, to pen the script. This is crazy. This is absolutely wild. I don't think anybody could have ever expected this to happen, especially after how the last Ninjago movie did and where Ninjago is today. But I'm very excited. I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of speculation, so let's dive into the breaking news right now. Okay, so let's get the crazy news out of the way. Yes, a live-action LEGO Ninjago movie has officially been announced. We know nothing other than the fact that Kevin and Dan Hageman, the original writers for LEGO Ninjago, they wrote seasons 8 and 9, some of the best seasons ever, as well as the original seasons starting from season 1 all the way up to season 6, have been enlisted to script a live-action film in the LEGO Ninjago franchise. That is officially what it's described as. Basically, we know nothing other than that, other than the fact that there are some other directors working on other LEGO movies, some of which even say they're all live action, so I don't necessarily even know what that means for a LEGO movie to be live action, but this is pretty crazy to see. Again, no details whatsoever, but we can really speculate on when this movie might come out and what exactly it's going to be about. So, if you don't know, the rights to make the LEGO movies were sold by Warner Brothers near the end of the LEGO Movie 2 wrapping up. And to be honest, Universal has not really done much with the rights to LEGO movies since then. I think this is particularly a very strangely timed choice to announce these, especially given the fact that the Pharrell Williams LEGO movie Piece by Piece, which was pretty cool but honestly just kind of like a documentary, didn't perform that well in theaters and is already hitting DVDs pretty soon, if not already, straight to streaming as well. So, with the latest LEGO movie in theaters maybe not performing quite as crazily, perhaps LEGO is looking to distract us from that movie and announce something even crazier coming, because these seem like the real deal, like these are going to be legit big LEGO movies, just like the original LEGO movies, LEGO Batman movies, and so on and so forth, and we'll be talking a lot about those movies later. But with the rights shifted to Universal, they now are looking to make movies based on LEGO properties, and that's where LEGO Ninjago comes in. Now, the key thing to note here is that it is listed as a live-action film, which implies to me that there's going to be real humans playing the ninja, unless something wild is going on, and it basically will just be a Ninjago story, but with live action. That being said, they also announced all of the other 3 LEGO-verse films also to be shot in live action, which is new territory for LEGO, so I don't really know exactly what they mean by that. Are they going to all be original stories that are inspired by LEGO, and then there's going to be LEGO sets based off them? Because I could see a Ninjago movie being live action. You've got the mechs, you've got the dragons, you've got the villains. That could totally work. But for all of the movies to be live actions, there has to be some sort of a twist, there has to be some sort of LEGO integration, and I personally am very curious what exactly that's going to look like. But getting back to Ninjago, so if folks haven't tuned into Ninjago for a while, here's where we're at right now. We are currently in, I would argue, to be one of the best eras of storytelling ever for Ninjago. Chris Doc Wyatt alongside Kevin Burke are the current showrunners and writers of Ninjago Dragons Rising, which for the first time in Ninjago history is going on a 5-year story arc. That means that characters and story arcs have time to mature, have time to breathe, and they have a full 5-year plan. And currently we're in year 2, next year is going to be year 3. Given the amount of time it takes to make Hollywood movies, I would honestly imagine that whatever this live-action Ninjago movie is, might be coming out in year 6 on this year 5 timeline where Dragons Rising wraps up, and then we start a new story. I think that totally makes sense. So if 2025 is year 3, 2026 is year 4, and 2027 is year 5, this might not even come out until 2028. That being said, they could do something crazy and do something like they did with the original Ninjago movie, where 2017 gave us both Season 7 Hands of Time, but also the main Ninjago movie, which I don't really know if that was a smart decision. I think it was a little bit confusing to have two different completely separate Ninjago stories on shelves at the same time, but they could totally do it because they announced this now. It's October 31st, 2024, and 2028 is 4 years away. That being said, projects like this get announced all the time super early, so it is really hard to say exactly when this is coming out. The other really interesting thing is bringing back the Hagenman brothers, who have not been involved in Ninjago since they left at the end of Season 9 to work on other projects. Since then, they've worked on Troll Hunters for Netflix, which by all accounts is a phenomenal show. I've heard amazing things about it, as well as Star Trek Prodigy, which I also hear is really good. So my hopes are very high, not just for the fact that they are legitimately good writers, and they definitely have a lot of critical acclaim, they know what they're doing, but they specifically know what they're doing when it comes to Ninjago. They literally wrote the script for Ninjago all the way from the beginning of the show all the way up until season 6, took a break for season 7, and came back for seasons 8 and 9. And especially their latest work on Ninjago, being seasons 8 and 9, the Oni trilogy, are widely considered to be easily, hands down, the best piece of Ninjago media yet. We'll see if Dragon's Rising wraps up in the 5-year run. Maybe I could even see it being better because obviously Dragon's Rising has a much longer time to tell its story, but so far as a complete story, I think it's very not even contentious to say that seasons 8 and 9, Sons of Garmadon and Hunted, are the best Ninjago seasons, and very few people will argue with me on that, I suspect. So this is incredibly exciting because we have very good writers familiar with Ninjago working on the movie, and then that begs the question, what on earth is this movie even going to be about if it's live action? If I had to guess, they're definitely not going to be planning for people going into the movie to even know anything about the Ninjago show. I guess that's sort of what the Lego Ninjago movie was supposed to be like, but that was so different from what the original idea of Ninjago was. I could totally imagine this just being a new adventure with the ninja characters. Would I love for it to be in the canon plotline of the show? I think that would be amazing, and I think there's a way they could totally do it. Maybe do a time skip, maybe even focus on some of the new characters. I wonder if we're gonna get like a live action Eren and Sora, which I think would be really cool to get. I guess only time will tell, but since the Hagenman brothers are involved, I guess that also means that they're gonna have to catch up on what's happened in Ninjago since they left in 2018. All that being said, basically all we can do is really just speculate right now. All I can say is I am so excited for this film, and you bet I'm about to become the most insufferable person ever during the marketing of this film. I will be literally making videos nonstop about this because this is amazing and I want this movie to do well. I want Lego to have faith in their original IPs. I grew up getting into Lego because of their original stories, and I firmly believe that Lego needs to be a storytelling company first and foremost, even more than a toy company. And all the best Lego IPs do well because they have good stories. So if this does well, it's a win-win for everybody involved. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait. I just hope that Doc Wyatt and Kevin Burke are somehow involved because their work on Ninjago Dragon's Rising so far has been some of the best we've seen for Ninjago, and it would be a big shame if they just weren't involved in the movie whatsoever. I guess we'll see. Fingers crossed. But beyond that, there were even more Lego movies just announced by some pretty big name directors, again, all announced as live action, which is very strange, and I guess I might as well just cover them right now. Basically, they got the directors from Jumanji, Wonder Woman, and Attack the Block attached to these films. Specifically, that's Jake Kasdan, the director of the Jumanji films, among others, Patty Jenkins, who is most known for directing the amazing Wonder Woman and the not-so-amazing Wonder Woman 1984, and she was attached to a Star Wars film, Rogue Squadron, but I believe that was canceled, and Joe Cornish, who did Attack the Block, which is really a cult classic type of film. I really like that movie. The really interesting thing is they actually have details on the other people involved in writing the script. They have Andrew Mogul and Jared Paul helping to write Kasdan's script based on an idea by Matt Miter and Kevin Burrows. Patty Jenkins wrote her script. This is probably the most interesting one, with Geoff Johns, who is the president of DC Entertainment, who is pretty famous for basically covering the Arrowverse and really kind of being hands-on involved in the Flash TV show. for better or for worse, I guess, but that is quite interesting to see that, how it's very DC oriented. That doesn't mean it's a DC movie, and I actually doubt it is going to be one because, again, Warner Brothers doesn't have the rights. This is Universal, but it is interesting how it does come from two people heavily associated in the past with DC. Cornish, on the other hand, will edit a script originally developed by Heather Ann Campbell, which in turn is based on treatment by Simon Rich, and you can actually look up these people and see what they've worked on, the types of films they've done, and I think it's really interesting how they have all these details on the writers, on the people who have actually come up with these ideas, and again, they're all live action, so that's going to be super interesting. It's a brand new territory for LEGO. I think it is a big risk for them to take. I can see a live action Ninjago movie again because that's just a cool action movie, but I really don't know about the other ones. Is it about real people getting sucked into a LEGO world like the Minecraft movie trailer, which everybody is making fun of? Because at that point, I don't really know. I feel like you should just kind of totally do minifigures. I hope it's not just all going to be like an isekai type thing, but I guess only time will tell. This news is pretty wild, and I cannot wait to discuss more. Obviously, I'm a little bit less composed during this video because I'm so excited. Like, you can hear the excitement in my voice. I just cannot wait, and I guess the future is very bright. I've been to a couple different LEGO movie premieres just this year alone, with 2 piece-by-piece premieres and a premiere for LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, so you bet I will be covering these events as they come out. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I might even do like a fan cast of the Ninjago movie after like I sit down and think about who I think should be the best roles, and then I'll do like a cursed fan cast as well. Like, I can't wait to see Chris Pratt as Kai, and Tom Holland as Lloyd, and Aquafina as Nia. But of course, many exciting things to come. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Thanks, and bye for now.